Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a natural face tutorial. If you would like to follow along, I will list the products that you need here. Alright, and feel free to pause the video if you need to screenshot or to take a moment to gather your materials. I'm going to take my brow soap on a spoolie and brush the product through my brows to lay my brow hairs down. You should be good. And then you want to let those dry down so we're not putting product on top of wet brows. You want to make sure you keep a spoolie handy, or if you just have a brow pencil that also has a spoolie, even better, because we're going to brush those hairs a few times. Okay, so once my brows are completely dry, I'll come back and then we'll spoolie them again. Okay, let us get started. So I'm going to brush those hairs up. Okay, so I'm going to take the pencil end of my pencil and I'm going to start to outline the shape of my brow. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to start about here at the top and line it up as well. Okay, and then start filling in that brow. Okay, so now we have spoolied our brows and created that shape that we wanted. And I am going to fill in the back end. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Crayon Case Concealer in the shade number 9. Okay, so for whatever reason my video cut out, but we're going to go ahead and carve out the brows the shape that we want. Okay, so we want to go ahead and blend in that product at the bottom of our brows. All right, and we're not going to do anything to the top of our brows just yet. We're going to go ahead and fix that when we are doing our foundation. Okay, so next I am going to prime my skin, and I'll be using Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'll go ahead and add that up here. As you guys can see, any oil that I had left on the skin has now been absorbed by this translucent powder. I am gonna place the powder that I use here, but any translucent will be good. So our next step is gonna be foundation. This is the foundation I'm using from MAC Cosmetics. I will place the brand and my shade up here in the description for you. Feel free to pause. I added my foundation to my little palette here. I'm also going to take a flat brush, another crayon case brush, and apply it to the skin. And I'm going to go ahead and carve out my brows while I'm here. We are doing something natural, so we're just enhancing our skin. We don't need full coverage. Medium is good. It's gonna kind of be hard for me not to make this full because I'm a full coverage type of gal. However, let's get into it. So I will be using a beauty blender to blend on this side, and I'll be using a brush on this side. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take this end of my brush. This is damp. I said brush. of my beauty blender, and I'm gonna start blending that in. And I'm moving along the jawline first, and then making my way up. Okay. And I am avoiding my under eye area because we're gonna add concealer. And we don't want to have too much product. Okay, so my phone ran out of storage. Found my brush. And I'm going to go ahead and spray my brush with setting spray as well. And I think this might have dried up, so I'm just gonna, here we go. Okay. So start along my jawline and then bring it up. Do this brow a little bit more. Just in that little area. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with my Crayon Case concealer in the shade number 9, and we're gonna use that underneath our eyes, on our forehead. And of course, I'm gonna take my paintbrush from the Crayon Case also, and just gonna take that right about here. Same thing on this side. Right about here. Okay, and then we're gonna take that right there. Right there. Okay. About right there. Okay. We're gonna do a little, just a little nose work, not too crazy. Okay, so this is our highlight. And instead of contouring, we're just gonna do a light bronze. And we're gonna use Fenty Beauty's cocoa powder. I'll go ahead and put that above. Okay, so we're gonna start out with bronzing, and we're gonna use the Crayon Case brush, pencil brush. I think this is called the angled brush, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and use the angled end. Okay, tap my brush in this, and let's see, we got some forehead action going on today, so we're gonna go ahead and bronze that forehead. Nothing too crazy. Okay. So we're gonna tap that product in here. And then blend it up. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and spray our face with our setting spray. I'll go ahead and link that here. And I'm gonna use that same brush to blend out my concealer that I use on my eyes. Okay. We want to make sure we're not too rough under our eyes. Just tap gently. And don't be afraid to take that excess product to the eyes. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our beauty sponge that we use for our foundation, and we're going to tap that product right here where it stops at. Okay, same thing over here. So we have a nice seamless blend. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, cool. Doing good so far. All right, so let's move on. All right, so lastly, guys, we're gonna go ahead and spray our face and do our lips. So, setting spray. Yeah, get into it. All right, so we're gonna take your favorite brown liner. Doesn't matter. I'm using Crayon case, of course. We're gonna go in with Clean Kisses from the Crayon case. If you have made it to this portion of the video, that means that you have successfully put on a natural beat, and now you are ready for the day.